more time than me. I'm just sort of doing this for demo for you. So we've got the sort of basic shape now, this nice rose. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go into a little bit of a medium, and then I'm just going to squeeze this. I'm going to go back into my medium again, and I'm going to go now in titanium white. I'm going to pour down a lot of titanium white, put it one way and the other way, and some more medium, just to make it nice and shiny. You'll know whether you've got enough medium on there if it's nice and shiny. It's got a nice sheen to it. I don't want it too runny like ink, but we do want it to be enough medium so it's nice and shiny. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to pull from the outside edges in. So I'm going to start from here, we're going to go around the outside edge using the same thing with the point. So I'm going to start using the very tip here. I'll start from at the top here, around this edge. And this is just to define now these petals. Okay, that's the idea. We're just going to define the petals. Now, if you find it difficult to do using that brush, we can just use a little round brush or a little rigger brush, and we can go into it using that. Okay, so spin this around so it's nice and thin, and we can use that to go on the edges to bring these petals alive. Come around this one again. You see the way it really stands out. Once we put some of this white around the edges, it really does make it pop, as they call it. So come around here. Again, if your hand is shaky, do not panic, because that's a good thing. And this also, by putting this white on here, covers up any of the pencil lines that you may have left on there. Don't forget, keep adding a little bit of the medium, guys. If it goes a bit dry, just keep spinning this around. Come around here. And this just really defines these petals. I'm really going to break the petals up. So once I've done this bit, I'm going to go on to this one here, around here. And again, you know, you can keep this very fine, very thin, with a very thin liner brush. But again, it's not too fast, because this is all going to look lovely when it's finished anyway. So a bit more medium, a bit more of the white. Spin this round. I like to spin it around. Try and get it as thin as possible. And I'm going to come along here. Like so. Take that in there. And I'm just really going round the outline of what we had before, but hopefully this should make it stand out. So I'll come round to here, a bit more medium, and then I'm going to pull some of the white inwards after with this. So these are just a few steps, just very simple steps to create a really effective, really good looking rose. So I hope you're all finding this Nice and easy to do. It's not too bad for us, is it? Guys, we can do this. You can do this. You can do this easy. Just filling in. We're just filling in. Following lines that we've already drawn earlier on. Bit of medium, bit of white. On the outside. This brush isn't the thinnest of brush. I seem to have lost some of my liner brushes. They keep disappearing. Either that or I forget to clean them, which isn't a good sign. But I am a lazy painter and I do forget to clean my brushes, I must admit. I put them in a pot of thinners and things and then they dry out on me. So I ever buy new ones. Okay, just keep following these around, guys, following the lines, these petals. This is like very therapeutic, as they say, I would call it. I'm going up. I haven't got the too shaky hands, so it's not too bad. But some people have got really shaky hands, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Just get it done. Round. I do hope you can see all the bits and pieces on the video. It looks like it's picking it up quite well, which is a good thing. So we're nearly there, won't be long. All there. Nice. Coming on nicely. I'll take that into there a little bit more. This edge. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Good. So this is just filling in, guys. All I'm doing is I'm just going around the outside of these lines. Literally, that's all I'm doing. One there, like so, and I think that's filled it in nicely. Now, once I've done that, I will just get my brush again, or a brush. Let's find another brush, nice thin, as I do. This is a 1/2 inch one. I'll go into some medium again, just put down a little bit of white. I'll just, here and there, just from the edge, I'll just flick in, just a few, just flick inwards from the petals, from outwards in. So just start and just flick this in, a few little bits of white, pull some of the white inwards. While it's still wet, you'll find that it will pull in. You don't want too much, but just follow the petal shape. So this petal is leaning this way, so I'm just going to touch and just a light flick, and it pull a few of these strands of the white into the colour itself, which again makes it look more realistic and nice. So it looks like it's got strains of colour. So I won't do all of them. You can spend a lot more time on yours, obviously. I just want to show you the technique. And pull some of this down on the top here. A little bit of the white, and pull it in. Just touch and pull it in. That I'm going to pull up. Put it down there. So you can see I've just sort of pulled some colour in there, and if it doesn't pull in though, you can just get a little touch more and just touch on the outside and just flick it a bit more, so you can get more afterwards. Okay, you can load the brush a bit more. So that's that part done. I'm quite happy with that. I'll touch that up later. I'm not happy with this bit here, so what I'll do, I'll just get with the dark. I had some dark on here, and I'm just going to go around this outside edge. But I'll just flick that out. That's it. Okay, now in the middle here, I'm just going to use my little liner or round brush, squeeze that in there, and I'm going to go into a little bit of Van Dyke brown, pull that down, and then I'm going to get some white, just a sort of like a darky sort of mixed colour, and some medium. Okay, mix that around, and then in the centre here I'm just going to put a bit of dark in this area here. Okay, first with that colour, and then I'm going to wipe that, and then I'm going to go straight into the Van Dyke brown without mixing, and then I'm going to do a few dots with that colour there, and then I'm going to go into some medium, and then go into some white, and then I'm going to put white dots in there as well. Okay, I don't know whether the video is going to pick that up, but hopefully it should pick it up nicely. Okay, so next part is you're going to come down, brush, use a big brush or a small brush, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make some sort of green colour up for the leaves and stem. So go into some medium. So basically I'm going to get some yellow, put it down here, and I'm going to get a little touch of blue, and a bit more medium. There we are, sort of greeny colour. And with that colour, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in these leaves. So I'm just going to follow the shape of the leaves again, like we did before, like we did with the rose. Just going to pull that in. It's lovely green colour. Just pull it in from the side, pull it inwards, like so. And I'm purposely keeping it smooth one side and sort of a bit ruffled, put it in with the point of the brush on that side. If it gets a bit dry, like I said, go back into a little bit of medium and just pull this back in like so, like that. So just basically just sort of getting the colour on there to start with, a little bit of medium, back into green, and then this side. And again, I'm pulling everything into this centre point here, guys, so I'm just going to pull the line and I'm going to pull this down. A bit more colour, pulls it down, there we go, and this side this is ruffled up, and I just literally just pulling the brush that way. In there. Okay, now I'm going to make this a little bit darker. I'm just going to get a little bit more blue. Put this blue on top of what we had before. So this becomes a lot darker. And I'm going to pull that straight down here. A little bit medium. Very carefully as I go up to the rose, I'm just going to take it up to there. And it's got little points that stick out the side. So I'm just going to do a little point at the side there. Come down. And there's another one there, I think. One over there, let's just do one over there. And pull that down, pull that right off, I think. Something like that. Point there. Like so. So I just sort of pulled it up there. And then I'm just going to run this into a little bit yellow. And I'm just going to pull this just down through the colour. So you get like a little streak of colour running through there. Okay, it makes it more natural. Now, with this dark that we've got, I'm going to put on the top half of this, over the top of the green. I'm just going to pull this like so. Okay, so you still got a little bit of the green showing through it, but you've got like another tone. And the same with this one, with the top. I'm just going to pull that from the outside edge down here. Okay, half of it. Okay, and the other half, without any loading the brush, I'm just going to touch and flick in. So touch and flick in. So touch and flick towards the centre line. Like that, so it creates these nice little effects. And then I'm going to go into some yellow, and I'm going to touch where the line is in the middle and just do a line going right to the middle. So touch the yellow from there. I'm just going to pull. It's too much, so I'm just going to dull that down. Just a highlight.